Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. If you are new here and you've clicked on my channel for the very first time, hello, my name is Alice Bradley. I post fashion, lifestyle and manifestation content over on this channel. I also post the occasional fitness video, which might be why you are here today. You might have seen my video from a year ago, which I thought I would do an updated version of because it has nearly been a year. A lot has changed and Couch to 5K has kind of changed my life. So if you are wanting to know more about the app and my journey from a year on, a year after starting that app, then subscribe, like this video and keep watching. So I started my Couch to 5K journey 2 weeks into lockdown 1. I think about lockdown 1 and just remember it as a completely different time. It was a time to focus on personal goals and actually felt like a bit of a holiday to begin with. So in the first 2 weeks, I just was getting used to being at home, not having the gym and just settling into a new routine. I quickly realized that home workouts just weren't going to cut it for me. I felt really demotivated. I didn't want to work out at home. I just wasn't feeling it at all. So I actually decided to download Couch to 5K and I was not expecting to be able to complete it. Running was always something that I thought was completely out of my sights. I didn't think it was something that I could ever achieve or be interested in and want to do. But lockdown 1 really gave me a new perspective. It made me want to try something new, something different. And I'm so glad that I went ahead and downloaded the app. So I ended up downloading the BBC version. It's NHS recommended. It's a really nice, easy app to use, really accessible, and just a quick, easy download. You've got options there where you can select who you want to talk to you and coach you through the weeks. I chose Jo Wiley. I just really like her voice. I think she's a great radio presenter, so she worked so well with me. And I just felt really motivated listening to her voice. So I ended up selecting her as the option and then started my Couch to 5K journey. So if you've never used the app before, the Couch to 5K app is so simple. It's 3 days of running per week for 9 weeks. You're going to build up your strength through interval training. You're going to have walking intervals and then running intervals. It starts out very simple, very stripped back. You're actually going to be doing more walking than running in the first few weeks, but it does really build you up to longer stints of running. And that's what I absolutely loved about the app, because I wasn't a confident runner. I found it really hard. I was really out of breath to begin with, I won't lie. Even though I trained in the gym and I trained weights and I worked out maybe 5 or 6 days a week, I was still physically unfit. I didn't know how to run. I didn't know how to breathe when running. There were a lot of factors that impacted my running ability, so I just found it quite hard to begin with, but dedicating the time to using the app properly and consistently really helped and was so beneficial. What I love about the app is the fact that it's only 3 days a week. It's so easy to get into that routine. If you do have a few bad days in the week, you don't have to worry and you don't have to think, oh, it's going to be really hard to get back into. I've written it off for the week, because 3 days a week dedicated running, you can slot that in anywhere and it takes about half an hour out of your day. Like, how crazy is that you can go from literal couch, which is how I felt in the beginning. I was so out of breath, to being a fully fledged runner. And I've actually still been implementing the Couch to 5K techniques in order to keep my motivation up with running. I still occasionally run with the Couch to 5K app just in my ear. I love to know what the time slots are, how far into the run I am. I find it really beneficial, and even a year on, I'm using the app. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to be chatting about how my running has changed in the last year, how it's changed my body, and also just update you guys on a few things, because my last video feels a little bit more outdated now. So I thought it was best to update you and just talk to you guys with a bit more fresh information. So aside from running consistently now for nearly a year and really enjoying it, there's a lot of things that I've changed in my running routine and just getting myself motivated and out of the door. The first thing being, if you're starting Couch to 5K for the first time and you really don't have the motivation, please dedicate time to just prepping your clothing the night before. Get a run in the morning if you can. I know the weather is not great at the moment, but I promise you it's going to get better and it's going to get easier. If you're in another country and you're blessed with good weather, I'm very jealous. In the UK, we have a lot of rain. It's very cold at the moment. But the first thing that I would really advise you investing in, and it's something that I really wish I invested in straight away, is a good pair of trainers. So if you've seen my previous video, which I will link in the suggested, guys, I look back at it and I think, oh my goodness, I was running with Primark trainers. I was not running with the appropriate footwear, and it did affect my running ability, and I did actually get a mild injury. It wasn't something long term, it hasn't affected me since, but I was getting a lot of pain in the arches of my feet. My feet were kind of turning inward when I was running. I just did not have the correct footwear. So I'm going to try and advise you on a good pair of trainers. It's been quite hard because I actually haven't been able to specifically locate these on the website, but I have found like alternative websites for you guys to check out if you do really like these shoes. But I'm going to show you them because they've completely changed how I run, and they're so super lightweight. It's my Asics. Now, I will just quickly mention, I run with my toe up on my right foot, so I have actually worn a hole through the trainers, which probably isn't good advertising, but I think that's just because it's my feet. Everybody runs differently and walks differently. I've always walked with my toes curled upwards. Please guys, do not judge me for that. There's probably a reason why, and I should probably get it seen to. But I run with the Asics Roadhawk FF2s. These are such a lightweight trainer. They're comfortable. They just take me from A to B really, really quickly. And I just find they have a really nice amount of grip. Again, they're lightweight, so different trainers are going to offer you different things, and it's something that I should probably do more research on. But for me, I really didn't want a weighty trainer. I wanted something lightweight that I could just run fast in, and I just absolutely adore these trainers. I wear them all the time, as you know. I'm running 3 times a week. I'm walking a lot as well. They're getting their use, and I'm really sorry guys, they're not exactly fully clean. I wear them to death. The fact that they've lasted this well for so long is crazy, to be honest. I got these back in July for my birthday and I have not looked back. I think my biggest advice is just get yourself a nice, good pair of trainers. Like, granted, these are a lovely color, they're a nice style, but I think comfort and making sure they're appropriate for running is key. Don't go buying trainers that are just simply for the aesthetic. They're not going to do you any favors. If you're going to seriously get into running, and you will do by doing Couch to 5K, I just recommend that you get yourself a good pair of trainers. I'm going to link some of my favorites below for you guys to check out, but these are the ones that I swear by and use. I know I'm definitely going to buy them again when these, you know, eventually wear and tear over time. They kind of are already. Like, I will just show you the toe bit there, but it's not a major issue. It's just because I run with my toes up, guys. It's a bit bizarre, but yeah, that's just something that I do. I also really recommend that you invest in pieces that aren't going to slip down. So for women, think about sports bras that are going to hold you in, support you in the right places, and also be comfortable. And then you want to look at your leggings. So don't be going for leggings that are going to fall down. Once again, I'm going to link my favorites below. Just off the top of my head, I'm going to name some brands that I really love for running wear. I love Gymshark, Riderwear, Blackout Fitness. They are great for a good supportive sports bra and legging as well. I find that they're really, really comfortable. I've also here got my current running jacket, which actually is a ski thermal, or something that you put as like a mid layer for skiing, but I found that it works really, really well for running in. It's got a hood, which I love. It's from Dare to Be, and it's got these like zip pockets. I tried to look on the website and I couldn't find this exact color match, but they had like an alternative version, so I will link that below. It's a nice fitted thermal type jacket. It's just very lightweight. If you get hot, you can just take it off, tie it around your waist, and you guys may even be surprised at just how hot you get from a run in the winter. You still get hot and sweaty, so just like bear that in mind. But in terms of brands, I just think go for things that are comfortable to you. wear things that are comfortable for you. I also recommend in the summer months that you go for a phone armband, because for me, I like to run in a sports bra and shorts, so I haven't got anywhere to store my headphone case and my actual phone itself. So having something like on your arm is really good. Again, I will link some options below. I have one from Skinny Dip, believe it or not, and it works amazingly well. Also investing in headphones that are going to stay in your ears. Doesn't matter what you go for, just make sure that they don't fall out, because you just want something that you can whack in and have your music like blaring loud. I absolutely love to just whack on a good playlist, get my headphones in and get in the zone. So one thing that I love about the Couch to 5K app is you can have your music playing simultaneously whilst the app is working. So it's just going to check in with you and let you know how far into the run you are, any advice and tips whilst you're running, when to start and stop in the first few weeks. When you do get to the end of the course, it's just going to tell you that you've been running for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, and then the last 5 minutes. It's really great. It doesn't disturb your running. It doesn't stop your music playing. It's fantastic. Just having a good pair of headphones for you to use whilst you enjoy your music, listen to the app, let it coach you. It's just going to make you feel so much more motivated. I will link my personal running Spotify playlist below if you wish to check it out and try something new. There's some really great ones on Spotify anyway, so just find songs that motivate you and drive you. Ultimately, that's going to really push you through those times where you hit a bit of a brick wall. You might not on all runs. Some runs are really easy. Some runs just feel tough and your legs feel heavy. It's totally normal. There are days, even running now, when I feel that way, but just embrace them, push through it, have good music playing, and you'll feel motivated. You'll hit the end of your run and you'll just feel amazing. I really love the endorphins and the feeling after a good run. I just find it's the most motivating thing going. I find it more motivational than going to the gym. I never thought I would say that, but it's so true. I find I have more energy after a run than anything else. So getting a good run in the morning with good music, it's just going to motivate you and power you through your day. So thinking back to when I first started Couch to 5K and how much my running has changed in that space of time, I remember starting the first few weeks of Couch to 5K thinking I always needed water on me because I was going to be thirsty or I'd get out of breath and need water. Over time, I let go of that fear, that worry that I needed water on me, and ended up running confidently without it. I would just recommend that you stay really hydrated beforehand, that you get a good amount of water in before you go on your run. Even if it's a glass before you head out the door, make sure you've just had something before you go ahead and start a run. So you can do one of two things. You can do fasted cardio where you don't eat beforehand, or you can go ahead, fuel your body and then go for a run. There's no right or wrong, it's just a matter of preference, so go with what works for you. Personally, I get up and do a run in the morning, so it tends to be a fasted cardio with water just beforehand, and then I come home and I eat breakfast and start my day. So just finding a routine that works for you. I think because we are in lockdown in the UK, it's lockdown 3 here, it's so much easier just to be working from home and fitting in a run in your day. So if you run in the morning, it's probably going to be fasted cardio. In the afternoon, it's likely that you would have eaten in the day. I hope you've eaten in the day, and you've got yourself fueled, ready for your run. So finding something that just works for you is the best way to do things. I don't want to sit here and advise that one way is better than the other. I think it's all personal preference. But just finding something that works for you, finding a routine that works well is going to help you stay motivated and want to complete the app. I love to get my running gear ready the night before. I find it just motivates me, and I get up, I put it straight on and I get myself out the door, and it just works much more effectively for me. But it might be easier for you after work, a nice de-stress, or maybe even on your lunch break if that's something that you want to give a go. I know a lot of people do that as well. So in my previous video, I mentioned that it was a goal of mine to complete a 10K run successfully. I can say now, almost a year on, I have gone on to do that. I've only done a couple of 10K runs, but I have done it and I did really enjoy it. So I have to say it's a bit of a step up from 5K to 10K, but wasn't too difficult actually. And I think once you get yourself into the headspace of a 5K, everything else feels so much more attainable. If someone had told me a year ago that I would be running regularly outside and completing 5Ks and even 10Ks, I would have literally laughed in their face. I never believed it was something that I could do. And the fact that I've gone on to achieve a 10K, I just wanted to let you guys know that it is achievable. It is an attainable goal. And if you have set your sights to start Couch to 5K in the hope of doing something like a charity run or even a marathon, guys, I do believe it is possible. You can build yourself up. You don't have to be amazing at running. You really can start from ground zero and work your way up. Also, looking back at my previous video, my body has changed quite significantly since that video. A lot has changed in other areas of my life. So like, for example, my diet, and I think that has impacted the way that my body looks and feels. I think I'm going to do that as a separate video, as a general fitness update. So if you are keen on that, please do let me know and pop a comment or give this video a like, so I know that that's something that you'd be interested in. But I do have to say my body has changed quite significantly since then, but it's not just the impact of Couch to 5K. Of course, Couch to 5K has had a big impact, but it hasn't been the only thing, the only factor in the change in my body. So I would never want to just say that Couch to 5K has led to my body change. There's other things that have come into play, and that's been things like my diet and other areas of my life. So it is likely that I will be doing a fitness update surrounding a more general understanding of how my body has changed. I think the most significant thing for me is stamina and actually not getting out of breath from running at all. Like, I can run for long periods of time and not get breathless. My breathing techniques have got so much better since doing Couch to 5K. I feel a lot more in control of my breath work, and running for a prolonged period of time. I think it's such a shame when I look back at school, because I probably would have really got into running had I been taught how to breathe properly. And I think the app is really beneficial for that, because it teaches you small little nuggets of information that are going to completely elevate how you run. For example, breathing every few steps rather than panicking and taking in lots of air at once. I did also mention in my previous video about a Natasha Oceani video. I think that's how you say her name. Please forgive me if I've said it wrong. But she actually did a video on how to run properly and effectively for different types of running, different lengths and distances. So that really helped me. And as I mentioned it in my previous video, I will mention it in this one and link it below for you guys to check out. It helped me a lot with understanding the importance of breath work and how breathing properly can shift the way that you run and your stamina, and actually just being able to run without getting a stitch, without getting out of breath and feeling like you're going to pass out. It does take a little bit of work to begin with, but that's what the app is there to do. That's what those videos are out there to help you do as well. So I really found that video beneficial, and it's stuff that I still implement in my daily running routine anyway. So for those of you just getting started on your Couch to 5K journey, I believe in you. You can do it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Please, please, please check in. Let me know how you guys get on. I really hope this updated Couch to 5K video has been beneficial. If you guys want a bit more of a beginner's outlook on the Couch to 5K journey, then check out my first video. I'll pop it in the suggested and also link it in the description. Please do go ahead, have a chat in the comments. I would love to hear about where you are on your Couch to 5K journey. And if you're just getting started, I wish you all the best of luck. I know you guys are going to smash it. Please do like this video, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Stay sweet, guys.